Hey everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing for you guys Wintergirls by Laurie Halse Anerson. I first read her books. I was a sophomore in high school, so that was a long time ago. And so the first book I read by her was Speak, and I loved that book. And after reading that book, I went to the library and I read a couple of her other books, specifically Fever 1793 and Callous were the two books I remember reading. I might have read a couple others, but those are the two that stand out to me. I got this book at like a bargain warehouse store a couple years ago, and I finally read it, so that was good. Another book off my checklist. This book, I would say, is mainly geared toward the young adult audience. And it kind of goes through some of the experiences that a teenager or a young adult would go through. Not all teenagers go through the struggles that the characters in this book, but some. Gave this book 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. And I'll put the link below in the description where you can check out my Goodreads account and my review for this book and kind of see more explanation. But the good thing is you get to know the main character really well, which I think is really important in a book. But I think one fault this book has, reading the character starts so much that I wasn't able to really see the character's actions. I'm not saying the main character didn't physically do things, but I read more of the character's thought process more than like actually doing things. And there was more of a paranormal aspect about 2/3 of the book, and I felt like what the character went through, the paranormal aspect that was in this book didn't really match up to me personally. It just didn't really fit. There were a lot. I love metaphors, I love similes, I love taking ordinary things and making them unique, so I think that was really nice in this book. But I think sometimes the metaphors they were too much in the book. I'm not saying the metaphors weren't hard to understand. The metaphors I don't think were really hard to understand, but there were just so much metaphors that it didn't really fit the book. But overall, I definitely do recommend this. It deals with the topics of self-harm and eating disorders. So if you were sensitive to these topics, this book may not be for you, because it does cover those topics. Because the characters in this book go through these difficulties in their lives. But it was actually a pretty good book. And it was really quickly. I think I read it in about 2 days, and I was doing other things. But this could definitely, I felt like it could be read in a day. Maybe you just set the time sit down and read it. But once again, I give this book 3 out of 5 stars on Goodreads. And hope everyone has a great day. Bye.